Hello, I'm Clarice from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. I'm just going to go on my live to make sure I'm here. There we go. Yes, it's live, it's working. Who's joining me today? So I'm going to go deeper into the daily read for Tuesday, the 18th of February. And I've picked out a card from one of Colette Baron Reid's decks. I've switched up the deck this time. It's I can't remember the name of the deck, Map of Consciousness, something like that. And then I'm going to give readings to anyone that's on live. So if you're joining me live after I've gone through the daily stuff, then you're welcome to a reading. If you're watching the replay, join me live sometime. I don't do it every day. In fact, I've been taking more days off lately. Been doing my own thing. Went training yesterday morning, which was great. I woke up and thought, shall I do Psychic Cafe or shall I go training? And I knew. I've then just pop up a message saying, where are you from? Where are you watching from? It says there are no people on at the moment, but I'm on. So the number isn't right. So yeah, if you're watching the replay and you haven't watched the daily read yet for the 18th of February, then I'll pop a link for it up there. Watch that and then come back here to watch the replay. But the daily read was all about starting things off, initiating things today, but doing it in from a good energy. And so when we initiate things, how we're feeling is an indicator of how it's going to go. So we get feedback through our emotions. And so if we're starting something off and we're really doubtful about it, then we're not going to be feeling great. Or if we're starting something off and we're feeling like it's not going to amount to much, we're not going to feel very good. And so today's all about really listening to yourself, listening to your feelings, and then not starting something off, not initiating something if you don't feel good, sorting that inner stuff out. I mean, that's what we've got at the moment is the inner work. Hey, Warren, how are you? Because we're in Mercury in retrograde at the moment. Did you see? I put a Mercury retrograde read up for everybody yesterday. Have you seen it yet? Again, if you're watching the replay, I'll put a link for that Mercury retrograde. Hey, Lisa, I'm good today. Thank you. You're running around naked in a mink coat. That's nice, Warren. Yeah, so Mercury is in retrograde, which means that we're going inward. So it's a very healing time at the moment. Came up in the weekly read, came up in the Mercury retrograde read. And yeah, it's coming up today as well. So all about sorting our inner world out and starting things off. I'm feeling appreciated as well by the universe. The card of the day, I've chosen a different deck. I kept on using the same deck for a long time. It's listening, but it came upside down. You're going very inwards. Cool. Thanks, Lisa. So it's listening, but it came upside down. So let's just check what this means. Upside down. An open heart will hear the message. Oh, that was it too in the daily. It was about having an open heart. How you can feel whether things are going to go well in whatever you're manifesting, whatever you're doing in your day. You're going to get good results from it if you're feeling that warmth, that open-heartedness. Just reminded me of it. So this card, listening, upside down, it means, are you feeling that you're not being heard, that perhaps your needs aren't valid, that your song will go unsung? Now's the time to bring your message to the world. Speak up. It's time for your voice to resound throughout your sphere of influence. This is a moment to say what you mean and ask for what you want. In the reverse position, listening has another meaning too. It also asks you if you're refusing to listen to someone else, preferring to hear what you want instead of what's being said. This is the time to get out of denial. Reversed, this card always brings freedom if you heed its advice. Ooh. Refusing to listen to someone? Or are you feeling like you're not being heard by the universe? Oh, come on. The listening card. today. And listening to what's going on inside of yourself as well, yeah. Listening to whether your heart is open or whether it's closed, whether you're feeling those warm and fuzzies, because when you're feeling the warm and fuzzies, that means your heart's open. That means that the universal energies are flowing through you, which means you're passing on. It's like you're in tune, you're passing on. The universe can use you to pass things on to other people. You're also an open vessel, so you can receive as well. So, yeah, thanks. They're getting a bit brown around the edges, so this might be its last day. A couple of them fell off yesterday. They're pretty though. They've lasted ages. Hey, Catherine, Cassie. You're about to listen to classical opera music. Oh, wow. Listen to it loud, Warren. Are you a loud music person? So, let's go deeper in. So did you all watch the Mercury retrograde read? Have you seen that yet? I'm not passing on my late aunt's mink coat. Right. Where's Nikki? She's not been on for ages. Okay, so deeper into the daily read. What else have we got going on? Not crazy loud. Okay. Neighbours. Got to think of the neighbours. Poured down with rain this morning. And then the moment it stopped, I jumped on my bike to take my laundry to the laundry lady, which was really nice, and it's all fresh because it's just rained. And the sand was compacted because it was rain. So it's hard riding a bike on sand. Nikki's with Lady Boys. She's getting ready for her travels. She'll be setting off soon. The end of this month. So, right, today, I'm getting distracted. Today, mirror reflections, accept what is. Oh, this is about the people that we have around us. Just accepting where we're at the moment. Accepting where we're at. Accepting the people that we've got around us are mirror reflections of us. And just, this is like what came up in the daily read and in the Mercury retrograde read of just loving ourselves anyway, whether we're managing to get stuff done or not. I particularly like the Capricorn Mercury retrograde one. It said to love themselves even when love yourself even when you've lost your toys. You have to watch the Mercury retrograde read to understand what that means, but it's good advice for everyone. No matter what's going on, whether you're manifesting or not, whether you've got what you want or not, whether you're in a relationship or not, whether you've got any money or not, just loving yourself, accepting what is and loving yourself anyway. Because you wouldn't shun a child who had lost its toys and say, no, I'm not going to give you any love because you're crying because you've lost your toys, go and find your toys. You wouldn't do it to a kid, so don't do it to yourself. I'm not giving those ladybugs the mink. Lady boys. Oh, mink bedspread. What else? What else have we got today? So yeah, it's really important to love ourselves no matter what. Whether we've got our toys or lost our toys, love ourselves. And this with another message as well for the Mercury retrograde. We've got a bit of a repeat for the Mercury retrograde here. We've got choosing changes and expansion, because what came up was about, how we can have like big dreams, really big dreams, and we're focused on it. And then we're headed toward that way. And then we start taking action toward those dreams. And then we get caught up in that little detail. One thing, action that we're doing, we start thinking about that too much and then trying to manifest that next little step. And we forget to focus on the big dreams. And this is about getting focused on the big dreams again. Hey, Saska. How are you? You take the toys and play with them. The kid's toys. The kid that's crying. No. You can't have, Saska, you can't have Warren's mink coat. Nobody can. So yeah, this is a call to get focused on those big dreams again. This is what part of this Mercury retrograde is about. Calling us, it's always a call to go within. That's why the external stuff stops working, It's like, stop it with the external stuff. Now's not the time for that. Now's the time to go within. Now's the time to go within to focus on those changes that we want, the big stuff, the big dreams. Big dream time. I'm good, Saskia. Really enjoyed training yesterday morning. It was good. And it was funny. I actually watched the daily read when I woke up. And I was in two minds when I woke up. Like, shall I do cafe? Shall I go training? If I'm thinking about training, I should go training. Because I only ever think about it when I wake up, when I really want to do it. So, and then I watched the daily read in bed, and it said to do what you want instead of what other people want you to do. And I'm like, that's it. I'm going training. So I did lots of training yesterday. It was fun. And my body's good today. It helped me. It really toned me up a lot. It's like instant results when I train now. Like if I train twice a day, it really makes a massive difference. Okay, also today we've got I Am That and Going Well. Who did this come up for? Scorpio. Scorpio's the Mercury retrograde was all about. Things falling apart, so they question even who they are. Scorpios, if you know any Scorpios, share that video with them because it might make more sense, because I think Scorpio is going to be hit hardest in the things falling apart thing in Mercury retrograde this time, because it was saying they really need to face who they are. So we've got to know that things are going well, that our higher self is leading us to what we want, what we really want, what we really, really want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Sweetheart in Polish. Oh, nice. So yeah, things are going well. Our higher selves are leading us forward. Mercury retrograde might mess things up a little bit. Just to get us in line, to get us on track. That's what it's doing. It's not a punishment. Yeah, and this is about, you know how it said about accepting the mirror reflections that we've got around us, the people that are around us. If other people are finding success or those relationships, or they're manifesting the stuff, when people are making moves, when stuff's happening for them and it's not happening for you, this is about just including yourself. If you think that the universe isn't listening to you, if you think that you're being left out, this is about changing that mindset and including yourself in it. So your time will come. If you keep on telling yourself when that happens, my time will come, my time will come, my time will come, that's including yourself within yourself. Yeah. So that might be an important message for some people. The world's falling to shit, it seems, but what else is new? People have it bad and others less and others good. That's always been the way. Yeah. One of my friends is leaving the island today. She came for a week and she stayed a month because of coronavirus. She lives in Hong Kong, but she's going back. They've opened it back up again. Her workplace is opened back up again. Universe changed the phone number. YouTube changed your name. You must have logged out and logged in as another email address. Coffee. So that's our day. We've got accepting what is, mirror reflections, remembering. We'll have our time. If things aren't working out at the moment, they will. Get focused on those big dreams. Know that things are going well. Your higher self is leading you to what you want, and it is listening to you. Because look, it's listening like an elephant listening to the bird on its head singing a song. Okay, who would like a reading? Let's do some readings. I feel like I've not done this for ages, but I did it the other day. You're running around naked on a clean beach. Saska's been busy lately. Nice. So nice this morning. I woke up, and then about 10 minutes later after I woke up, it poured down with rain, really heavy. So nice when you're in bed and you hear it raining hard outside. Rainy season has been hardly anything this year. Been nice. Lisa's up first. So yeah, life is good at the moment for me. I'm enjoying myself. Be training this afternoon. Oh, and I'm going to get a new bicycle too. So I've got 2 bikes. A friend of mine offered me a bicycle, an ex-rental bicycle, which is a really good brand, for 1,500 baht, which is not very much money at all. Let me see if I can figure that out in my head in dollars. It's about $70. Not much. Yeah, it's good buying. It's old. It's all faded, but I don't care. And it's putting a new tire on for me. And I'll go see if it's ready. Lisa. Right, Lisa. Pick your cards out ages ago. Now I'm going to tell you about it. Ooh. You sleep better when it rains. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? There's just something about it. And I put my jeans on and I put like a thicker kind of top on today. No, it's kind of see-through, but even though it's not cooler, but it's just in my head. It feels like, cozy, sitting in the air conditioning with more clothes on because it's a bit rainy outside. Okay, Lisa, create and flowing. This is about creating with the flow, not trying to create against the flow. And what that means is, say if you are having financial difficulties at the moment, this is, but your relationship's going really well. This is saying like, go with the flow, go with what's flowing, create better things in your relationship. Don't focus on the stuff that's going wrong. We get this from school, is that we're taught to focus on our flaws or focus what's not going well and try and improve that so that we're kind of all the same, you know? If you really excel at certain subjects, then you're told to focus on the subjects you're not very good at to get better in that. But that stops us from excelling. It's better if we just focus on the stuff that we're really good at and get really good on that. And in the same way, we do the same thing in our lives. It's like the aspect of our lives that isn't working very well, we focus on that, but that's not in the flow. We can focus on the stuff that's in the flow. So Lisa, start creating in the flow, not out of the flow. So don't focus on the stuff that isn't working and try and get that working. That's trying to make your life level out a little bit. Don't do that, Lisa. Oh, you're going to get married, Lisa. Congratulations. Look at this. The next 2 cards out, be with nature and romance. So where are you going on your honeymoon? Have you decided? Somewhere out in nature, somewhere really, yeah. Congratulations, Lisa. That's amazing. But yeah, sort out your honeymoon because of these cards. They be with nature and romance, getting out in nature. A friend of mine has just been to French Polynesia, putting up on Instagram pictures of one of those above the water hut things. Oh, I'd love to stay in one of those. And I was just talking to a friend of mine. It's a neighbor, just lives up there. And he was saying he's got like 2 places that he rents out. One is a little hut, like in the garden, that's got some privacy, and the other one is more of a nice apartment, like mine kind of thing, up on the hill with a view. And he said it's easy to rent out the little hut that's in the garden because they've got more privacy, even though it's more basic. He said people want that more than the other one. And he finds it bizarre because he would want to live in the one that's more like this. Polynesia does sound great, doesn't it? There you go. Missed a lot. Flowers grow with the rain. Hey, Melanie. You find just watching soothing? Oh, nice. You feel life keeps exploding. Oh, no. Saska, I need confirmation if I'm doing the right thing. Read your daughter. Or what the universe has to say. Saska. Oh, okay. So you've got this message about, that I was talking about the big dreams. Get focused on your big dreams, not on the small stuff. But you focus on the small stuff when you're doubting abundance, and doubt cancels abundance. So get focused on those big dreams, Saska. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't try and manifest small stuff. Stay focused on the big, the end goal, the end goal. The big stuff. The universe will sort everything out on the way. And Saska, don't hold yourself back from that big stuff because of perceived other people's reactions, what you perceive other people's reactions would be. Yeah. So this is saying you're kind of like the card says today, that listening card. You're thinking that the universe isn't hearing you, but you're actually contradicting yourself in your energy. Part of you wants those big dreams to come true, but there's still a part of you that doesn't want them to come true because you're scared of other people's reactions to that. You're scared of maybe how it's going to change your relationships with other people. So just, have a look into that, Saska, of how you're holding yourself back from actually receiving what it is. This is why, I called this something like being heard and receiving. And that's when we're not feeling heard by the universe, it's just kind of a sign that we're not receiving, that something is holding us back from receiving. You're on the right track. Just need to relax, trust the process. Yeah, and stay focused on the big stuff. Ocean and mountains, Lisa. Beautiful. But yeah, that's what I was picking up with that romance and the nature card. It's like a place that's by itself, You can get the bike and dream of riding in the sky to Polynesia. A bike with wings. You're welcome, Lisa. Give the kid the keys to the Bentley. Cassie's up next. So if anyone else is being quiet and you want a reading, then just pop up a message. See what your higher self has to tell you today. Oh, Cassie. So you're being asked to go for things that you tried to go for before, but it didn't work out for you. And you're kind of holding yourself back from going for it again because you think that you did something wrong, or maybe you're not deserving of it, or maybe the universe doesn't want you to have it. There's some reason you're blaming yourself for not getting what you wanted before, but you're being asked to go for it again. Of course, your energy's changed now. So go for it again. Forgive yourself for what didn't happen before, and then go for it again, because your energy is different now and everything changes. When your inner self has changed, everything. When your inner energy has changed, then results can change. So yeah, go for something that you went for before, Cassie, because it's likely to happen or happen differently. Really. What was it? I can't remember. Watch the daily read. There was an important message in there. I impress myself, It's like when I hear myself say some things, I'm like, wow, that's really good. can't remember what it was now, but it was something to do with that. Okay, Cassie, you've also got release guilt too. Spend some time in meditation. Maybe your higher self wants to let you know what it is that you're feeling bad about, what it is that you're not forgiving yourself for. It might not be apparent that you're not going for this thing that you wanted before again. Are you feeling guilty about it? It was about boundaries. That's what it was in the daily. It was just because you have to draw up boundaries with one person doesn't mean that you need to be closed-hearted with everybody. That's what it was. That just popped up in my mind. So maybe it's something about that, Cassie. So yeah, do some meditation today or tomorrow. And because your higher self wants to get through and let you know what that thing is. What that thing is inside of yourself that's holding you back. When can you start traveling and exploring again? Whenever you let yourself. Let's see, Warren. What does your higher self have to say? Awareness, inner awareness. Yeah, Warren, there's something about your perspective holding you back. Or a belief holding you back, your awareness. There's something inside of yourself that what it feels like to me is paying your dues or something. Like you feel like if you were to have more, you need to pay more dues. Do you know what I mean? Not Jews. As if you don't feel worthy of more yet if you haven't done more. This connection card, it's like make the connection of why you're holding yourself back from that inside. It feels to me like you need to create something else before you'll allow yourself to receive more. But maybe receiving more is creating something else, maybe, you know. I need to distinguish if my dream is reachable. Oh, yeah. And your steps toward it too. That'd be interesting. I've got interesting cards today. I got the sex card. Woohoo! I had a weird situation happen the other day. Past. This guy that's flirting with me is really annoying. He's such a weird guy, and I'm okay with him being weird. And I was actually okay with him flirting with me too. But he kind of went over the top and started pestering, and then, I had to tell him no over again, and he still wouldn't back down. And I got clearer with him, and he still wouldn't back down. Luckily, someone else came along. And yeah, I've had to speak out about him and his behavior because he's one of the trainers. And yeah, as I'm speaking out about him, they say, yeah, we've had problems with him like that before, that he's one of these kind of guys that can't hear no. You know, I don't think he's a pervert or anything. I think he's well-meaning. I think he's a very weird guy. He's a very peculiar guy. And I think he's just not very good at social cues. And, you know, there's people that can't read social cues, like even if you're making someone slightly uncomfortable, most people would recognize that social cue of someone getting uncomfortable and you back off a little bit. You know, if you're asking someone about their life, someone new, and then they started seeming a little bit awkward, you'd back off a little bit. So there's that. There's some people that can't do that. And then there's some people, when you're telling them direct in the face and you're angry with them, not taking that as social cue, you know. So I think it's that. I think it's just that it's just weird. It's bizarre. It's just the way he is. Apparently he used to have bigger problems. He used to have like gambling problems and alcohol problems, which he doesn't have now, but he's still got the same personality. And yeah, friends at the stadium have said that they've had to step in before for exactly the same reason. They've noticed that people are getting angry at him. It gets to the stage where you have to get angry at him because he's not listening. And other people have had to step in when they've noticed him doing that, saying, stop. I don't think he's a bad person. And I don't think that he likes confrontation. I think he's just bizarre. I think he's just, he's got some kind of social, maybe emotional, social weirdness. He is very weird. He once told me there's boys, there's girls, there's lady boys, and then there's me. He's very unique, very peculiar. Yeah, he needs to heal his past. Needs something. He needs something. But I feel good about speaking out about it because I don't need to deal with that. I dealt with him as much as I could, and then just hit a limit where it's good. The last couple of days he's backed off because of it. He stays away from me now, and that's what I want. Stay away, for sure. Stay away. Stay away all the time, not just when he's being weird, because he's weird all the time, but not when he's being too much. Anyone else want a reading? Maybe I should do a reading about him. Yeah, Asperger's, maybe Lisa. It could be something like that. He has got weirdness about him. Okay. Where weirdo Sama. Yeah, he's not feeling good about himself. So yeah, he does need help. He's not getting it from me. He needs to get help. And Thais, they don't. It's very stigmatized. Not stigmatized. It's just not recognized in the Thai culture, like mental problems like that. They don't really have help for it, but they can, and they do go to the temples. So the Buddhist thing, which is what he did. Apparently when he had the alcohol and the gambling problems. He went to be a monk for a while. He's having problems appreciating himself and how he is. He is very different than normal people. But yeah, I think Asperger's, that kind of thing. One addiction with the other. He doesn't seem addicted at the moment. He's just weird. Saskia, I was going to recommend you give him a reading. Yeah. You work with special needs children. I used to be a neurotherapist, and I used to work with Asperger's and attention deficit and all kinds of things like that. I find autistic. I used to work with autistic kids. And it's so interesting the way they are. They'd blow smoke on him to get the evil spirits out. They'd give him a lucky charm. That's what they'd do. That's what Thais would do. They wouldn't talk to him about it, but that's what he needs. He needs some kind of talk therapy. I don't want to assist him. I've learned my lesson with that. I've learned my lesson with who to help and who not to help. And he is not for me to help. Absolutely not. But he does need help. Yeah, I've done that before. I tried to help people that latch on like that, like he's tried with me, then I'm not the person to help them. Your son's autistic, Lisa. Wow. Yeah, I found working with them so interesting. You know the way, I don't know if your son's like this, but a lot of the ones that I work with were, when I'd ask them a question like, do you remember what it is that we're doing because of the therapy that I was doing with them? Then they'd be like silent. Sometimes for like 5 or 10 minutes, they'd be silent. And then come out with this really detailed answer of what they were doing or what we were doing. And it was like, whoa, wow. Claire, do they sell in Thailand these figurines which look like a head with 4 feelings? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I live on a little island. We have a few shops, but we don't have the usual materialistic kind of stuff. On small islands, we have the basics, There are some kind of souvenir shops. I don't go into them now. Your son's your greatest teacher, Lisa. Oh, each side has a different feeling. Oh, really? I'll look out for them. Yeah, I haven't heard of those, Saskia. They sound interesting. So you can just turn it around depending on how you're feeling. I could do that. If I had one of them, I could put it on here. The mood of the day. I've never seen those. So is it like a Buddha or something? Cool. Okay. I think I've done, everyone. I think we are done. They're awesome. Sounds good. Sounds like a good idea. So thanks everyone for coming along and your support and your sharing this with other people and all of that. Your likes and your subscribes and all of that stuff. And of course your orders for private readings. Love doing that. That's like Janus, the Godhead that turns. Oh. Yeah, if I see them, I'll let you know. Oh. Yeah, because I can send things from Thailand. It's not very easy receiving things. It's okay receiving things from within Thailand or from Thai websites, but then receiving things from overseas in Thailand, they want to tax everything heavily, even if it's just a private package. It's annoying. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Aska. I do great work and you all appreciate me. Thank you so much. Yeah, I love my work. And yeah, I like putting it out there. Hey, honey, how are you? So yeah, thanks everyone for coming along. Check out that Mercury retrograde reading. Let me know what you think of it, because that's the first time I've done that one. Taxes on the mint coat. The mint coat would just go missing. That wouldn't get to me. And that's the other thing too, is corruption, things getting stolen in the post. If you don't get taxed on it, it gets stolen. So they open it up to see if they want to tax it, and then they're like, oh, this is nice, I'll keep this. I'll give it to my mum.